draft, it's really a 50-50 to me. Like, I honestly like how Rafaela comes right into actually.
Because remember, whoever loses this best of 3 is going to get knocked out.
Yeah, of course, so much on the line for the tournament lives as they are facing each other. Are you in the House of Wolves or are you voting for the Tigers to take this one up? Pop it in the chat below as we'll go in for the playoff series between Evos versus Genflix Aerowolf.
Okay, pretty interesting start. I really wish that they didn't do this because then I can't see where they started in buffs. But it looks like they started out on the red buff. Red buff for the Harith here. They didn't want to go for the blue buff because it's very close towards the river, allowing Genflix to potentially look for this invade as they are doing right now.
Yeah, Luminary getting pulled back for a little bit. Oh no, it's a little bit too close, but Luminary's just going to be forcing their way. They're looking for that flip over on Runasmi as he's forcing the flicker away. And, of course, they're at least getting something out of that sort of buff trade.
Yep, and you can see, like, Grok on the bottoms has already rotated towards the bottom side, making sure, like, they don't really have an offlaner, which is fine. I mean, you know, it's Uranus, but at least with the Grok, he can clear waves. He doesn't take too much damage overall, plus he's really tanky. So he doesn't mind. So now Uranus has to fight with another, you know, technically brain-dead offlaner. They're just both going to clear waves and just walk away.
Yeah, sometimes they might go in for a couple of visits on some teamfight affairs, but as it stands, they're just going to be minding their own business and getting those sort of farms being up on table. Jackie doing a pretty good job in terms of like scouting and like making sure that the Farsa as well as the carry stays within pretty much healthy reach. As we see Evos now taking a little bit of rotation across that river, now rejoining in towards mid. They're about to hit that level 4 on towards Rexy, and of course the side of Genflix, Aerowolf might just actually respawn right here.
Oh, the amount of flame shots coming out already too, but they already got straight in the ejector, pulling in Jack Lee. Unfortunately, he just walked up a little too far, but John really found a great flank and got a good ejector. First blood going over to Evos Legends.
Wow, perfect range as well. Like we saw him actually flipping straight in towards the turret and delivered the kill on towards the Sicilian as we speak. And now there's still going to be that sort of a contestment once more, but over on the bottom side, we've already seen big proxy waves coming in from the side of Uranus. But Kato here might just be able to actually set something up.
They're holding their ground for now, and honestly, especially for Aerowolf, they got to figure out how to get this Farsa comp online. They need to be very, very aggressive here because Evos is a ticking time bomb. We have Harith who has Mystery Shop right now, so he's going to be able to get items a lot faster than you would imagine. We can already see Aerowolf already taking the initiative, trying to control Turtle side. Oh, Bajan, he's in trouble. He's already taken 3 hits on the Feathered Airstrike on top of a flame shot. All right, that's not too bad. Evos might want to force a fight here.
Yeah, of course, in return, they did burn out that flicker as well. That first turtle of the game might just actually go in towards the hands of Genflix without any members of Evos Legends contesting that. But Halo once again pressurizes that buff right there, but it will still be up for grabs for the side of Evos. And of course, Wall Charge to actually escape right through out of it. So nothing much that Evos can actually do at that point.
Yep, and now they're slowly pulling back up. It looks like they're sent. Okay, so Rexy is in the mid lane, and he's always going to be clearing out that waves. Harith, with the help of his supports, has been able to clear out the jungles with a lot of ease while still maintaining top farm. So pretty interesting how they're going to. I would have expected it to be the other way around, but also the fact that as long as Sicilian is in the mid lane, he's not going to be as susceptible to dives in comparison to if he was in the top side of the map.
Yeah, there's so much more safety net, especially with the supports coming around. You will be able to actually get some safe farming areas for himself. As for one, he's going to be able to actually secure this river crab. Well, I do like how Genflix is actually approaching this with pretty much good caution. And he already noticed that there are members of Evos right there. He's just going to be hoping that these guys will put enough time, while the rest of Genflix Aerowolf will be able to secure bot tower number 1.
Yep, they take that top side bot. They trade turrets 1 for 1. Oh, but instead Uranus gets cut down. Luminaire, he's buying a little bit of time here, but he's gonna get Way of the Dragon instantly getting cut down. Evos is in a lot of trouble. Harith is not there to save that fight. They've already lost both Rekt as well as Luminaire. Oh, not exactly the greatest start here as that mid-tier 1 is going to go down. This opens up the map completely for Genflix Aerowolf.
Wow, tides have definitely turned in a blink of an eye as we are looking at Evos Legends just losing all of all these struggles. structures out of nowhere. Now another 15 seconds on the clock. We're going to see that turtle number 2 coming in a couple more seconds. But of course, Bajan tried to actually block off a little bit of that entry point for Keto as well as Jackie, so this is definitely going to be the raid buff going over the side of Juan, but oh man, almost getting that sniped away.
Yeah, and not to mention that Juan also has Retribution as well, so there's almost no way that they could steal that unless he really wasn't aware. But, you know, so far Evos a little bit behind for now. Let's see how Genflix kind of wants to push their lead. It looks like... I'm pretty sure that's Carry taking care of the turtle by themselves, and Genflix just waiting in the wake for anybody to face check.
And we're still seeing a free farming Uranus over the top side as well, where Cho really got nothing on him, to be honest. But speaking of which, here Rex is going to be looking for Renasmi a little bit more, but John trying to go in for that setup, while the Harriet is lurking behind, just stealing some camps away. But nothing much has happened in the span of that 1 minute that we just saw.
And now, oh wait, bottom side, Kiddo already on top of them. They tried to use the Holy Baptism to get the initial lockdown onto Kiddo because he didn't have, he wasn't close enough to the wall to get the Power Natures immune to CC. And again, Genflix Aerowolf taking full control over this game. They've gotten another turret. They're breaking mid wide open. And on the top side, Renazami is going to try and take out one single-handedly. Far side in the way with the bomb. Oh my goodness, the feathered airstrike securing that kill. Well done, Genflix Aerowolf.
Wow, the House of Wolves are actually proving to be really strong foes here, as we see probably 3 in a row right now. Kills going over on their side time after time, and I'm not too sure whether or not Bajan can actually hold on against this 3-man gank over the top lane. But they're going to be able to actually hold out for now. But I'm looking at Evos Legends. They are actually looking pretty scared. Not too sure why so, because they really need to actually get enough gold to get those items out.
I think that's kind of the issue here, because if we're looking in terms of who they want to funnel that gold into, it's some very expensive items from both Harith as well as Sicilian. Magic items are naturally going to be a little bit more expensive to get.
Yeah, certainly agree with that. And now Jackie as well as Watt bringing down the top side tower pretty much low, and they should be able to actually seal this without any hassle at all. Blade of Despair being brought there by Rina, but there's going to be a little bit of that sort of chase going on against Kiddo, but Jackie is pretty much around the corner as well. Here comes the Survivor Strike coming in from the side of Clay, and oh my, it's a little bit too late for the side of Evos to respawn.
Looks like they can't really get out of this one. It's not looking good at all. Rekt is in a lot of trouble. Watt is just making sure that Rekt is getting chunked down. It's like, hey, don't disrespect me like that, man. You can't walk up like this.
Yeah, definitely. They can't even get anywhere close to that turtle anyway, so they're going to have to actually back off all the way. Rex is being brought down pretty low, as we see that Farsa have no problems whatsoever to actually dish out all these damage.
Yeah, and now you can see Genflix Aerowolf in full control over the game here. And Evos on the other side, they are just struggling to find an angle to get into Genflix Aerowolf, because every time they do find that angle, Diggy is just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to press my ultimate and we're all going to walk away. Time journey and we're done.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the case. Like, if that's so, they really have to catch them off of that time journey. Like, they need to know the cooldowns right, and here comes Flame Shots.
Yep, that's going to secure the kill onto Luminaire. Luminaire is going to be the first to go down, but the ejector onto Kiddo. Wait, this might be it. They're trying to turn this around, but John gets chunked out pretty hard. The Salmon Force isn't going to be enough to scare them away. They know that Juan isn't strong enough to 1v3 by himself.
Yeah, that definitely came in very, very swiftly when they got some of all these Flame Shots hit. And here comes Renasmi, just knocking out Rekt, and he's prepping for this kill. He's going to try to look for a little way to actually shut him down, and that's 4 members from Genflix to be able to actually shut off Rekt over the top lane.
Yeah, after looking at the items, you can see Rekt, unfortunately, he started off to build, even though it is a good item, a Clock of Destinies, it's just really, really expensive, and it takes time for the item to get really good. So now that he's finally finished the item, it's a relief, but he is so under-farmed. Like, he really needs more gold at this point to get ahead. You can see Juan, he's got the Calamity Reaper on top of getting, I think he just recently bought Feather as well. At this point, he probably wants to get a Holy Crystal at some point of the game just to really pop off.
Yeah, it's going to take him quite a lot of time before he even reaches the second item.
Oh no,
no, Way of the Dragon. No way, Jose kicks Jawhead right off the back. And now it's a 9-2 lead, heading over in favor of Genflix Aerowolf.
That was definitely a mistake from Bajan there. He shouldn't face check it. They know that they're on that side of the map. They also know that they don't have towers along the side, so it's either you walk into the lane. There is no reason for you to go into the jungle, especially since we already saw them moving in towards that direction.
Yeah, now we're inside of Rek. He's gonna be going on a little bit of that tussle alongside with Clay, but Clay knows how to actually list himself in this troubling COVID-19 cases spreading across the world. But of course, that aside, Evos Legends is actually holding towards some of all these plays, playing for a little bit of that sort of the potential pop-off coming from Evos Legends by the time they hit 15-minute mark.
Yeah, and now they're going to slowly keep on pushing forward here. They got to be careful. Luminaire just purchased the Athena shield. That's going to keep it alive, especially against the Feathered Airstrike, which right now, Genflix Aerowolf, that's their main weapon of just complete mass destruction. Like, they can't deal with a Feathered Airstrike. They have nobody to really get into that backline to force Pharsa out of that Huntress mode.
Yeah, I think, like, they've already got themselves a concentrated energy over on towards their end at the very least for the side of the Harif. So a few more items to go before they really can actually dish a little bit more damage over on towards that Grok to actually say the least. But I'm already looking at Carry here. 4 kills already in the bag. Already has the Endless Battle, Rose Gold Meteor as well. It's just going to be pretty much troublesome to work with. I
mean, just look at that. Carry is like 11k, while everybody else on the opponent's side, especially on Eva's Legend side, the highest is only 7k. You can definitely see the disparity and difference between the two. And she, interestingly enough, she decided to go for the more safe build. Instead of going for the Golden Staff, she goes for the Endless Battle into Windtalker. And I personally kind of like Windtalker as an item.
Yeah, I think like it gives a lot of reward for carry players, especially like sometimes you get yourself in towards a place where it's still a sticky situation for you. It gives you a lot more of that sort of sustainably and damage that you need.
Yeah. And now we can see Genflix slowly pushing out with Luminous Lord. This is important to know because when you have Luminous Lord, they bother to wait until the 11th minute right when they were deciding to invade. And now let's get back into the fight. Oh my goodness, what is going on? It looks like the inhibitor is already down. The Salmon Force has been popped already. Sicilian is just holding his ground. He's already cleared out the wave. What in the world happened? It looks like only one member died here.
Oh man, like it seems like of course so with that being said, you have to get back ready.
Alright, looks like we're already getting close on the top side. Cho down in the bottom side, actually split pushing, and nobody... Wait, can anybody respond to this in time? I don't think anybody can, and I think Cho should be able to... yes, there he is.
Resurrecting
coming down from the bot lane, able to clear that wave up. But you can see that Genflix, they know that they have priority overlord as well as the bottom lane as well. Evos Legends be out of position. They have to rotate quick and get there as soon as possible. Kiddo is just literally tailing behind them to give information to Genflix.
Oh my, they're really looking for that sort of chase, and of course, this is Lord level 3 up online as we're looking at Genflix here, having a little bit of a dance of death across that river. A little bit of a pull over side of Clay, but it doesn't really matter all too much without Bajan actually initiating over him. But there's going to be another split push happening over the top side as Cho is currently going in for the setup. So if we're looking at it here, Evos has already started the Lord, and they might be able to actually take a little bit of advantage out of this.
Yeah, not to mention that Juan has the Retribution as well, so there's almost no way that Genflix can actually, just take this away unless Juan messes up with the Retribution. Are they going to commit to this fight here? I mean, they're looking for an angle to do this, but they need to push out, make sure they have mid-priority all the time, which is a bit of an issue. But here's the last part here. Can he actually pull it out? He does actually get the Retribution! He's going to walk up a little bit closer! Pharsa! She gets it! Lord has been taken by Genflix! They're going to try and turn this around. Kiddo doing a good job, but the rest of the team is in a lot of trouble. Genflix have their eyes on the wrong targets as Evos slowly cut them down and run them down back to their base.
And they still have to deal with the Lord, but like they are already at the scene as we have all 5 of them just trying to actually fend this one off. But there's going to be more pressure coming in as we see Genflix Aerowolf actually chasing through. And Kiddo here, he's trying his best to actually startle them and perhaps buy a little bit more. But wow, I gotta say, that was one heck of a steal.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see the change of how Evos was like, all right, we're going on Lord right now, and wait a minute, they're really surrounding us. They're not in position anymore. They're actually out of position, and they look to punish it as quickly as possible. They were even willing to sacrifice Lord to make sure that they just secure this particular team fight.
Yeah, and now I felt like Evos could have just went in and take that Lord instead of like baiting every one of them to collapse now. It looks to me that the team fighting spirit is way stronger coming from the side of Evos, as we see Zaman Force already being popped up looking for Keto, but that's going to be the wall being blocked for...
We got the game back onto the track.
Amen. Let's see how they're going to hold this one out here, because there's still plenty of structures to take out for the side of Evos, Legends, while Genflix, Aerowolf. It's their game to lose here. They need to figure out a way to get a proper front-to-front team fight.
Yeah, and it seems like the numbers have already evened up for now, and Evos Legends making that surge to even the odds that they actually had much earlier on. And 20 over the minutes passed, and we're not really getting a clear winner coming from both ends. But it seems to me like it looks as if Genflix starting to actually feel a little bit of fatigue, or could it be something else?
It could be a little bit of both, honestly. At this point, it's really hard to say, because like once you're in the 24-minute mark, it's like it's anybody's game. One mistake could cost you the game, and I'm guessing everybody's full items, so farming is also a bit of a question, big question mark for me.
Now, of course, all of them are already buying all these potions.
Yeah, I'm dumb. People who have immortality, and once they've lost the immortality, they sell it and rebuy the items. I completely forgot about that. Of course, that's so basic.
Yeah, that's kind of about it. But then again, it's all about how they really want to control some of all these waves as well, just trying to actually balance out things. Well, as for Genflix, we're already seeing a really daring attempt coming from Renazmi, but they're just hoping that one of all these members of Evos Legends will actually fall back, and that's the wreck here to take good care of that tower over the bottom lane.
Yep. And again, we're waiting for Evos to look to maybe take a Lord, maybe to break into the inhibitor turrets of Genflix Aerowolf here. It's going to take one push, and I think that should be it, but I don't think Evos at all can force a fight that Genflix, because oh wait, hold on, Kiddo actually gets flicked back to the ejector, but it is just a Grok, so it ain't worth his time.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, of course, a lot of all these safety nets for him to actually work with. Zaman Force here being popped. Like you said, not worth it.
Yeah. And as of right now, I feel like because of Diggy, it just becomes so much harder for the side of Evos Legends to force that fight. It's like, oh, I really want to take this. We've got a good angle. Let's go for the engage. Diggy's just like, time, journey.
Yeah, that definitely will be
Lord,
a pretty big bummer as well. But now we're seeing a little bit of that 1v1 happening over the bottom side. But carry is just AFK over the bottom side. I'm not too sure if the carry actually falls up. Maybe they could have done something about that.
I think it's a little bit of a bait here. Yeah, it's a bait. Uranus is in trouble. If he walks up any further, he's going to get hit by Watts here. But the rest of Evos, I mean, they don't mind. Yep, Farsa's coming down to the bot lane. Rex has to get on out of there. Luckily, he still has the Consecrate, so he's able to get on out of there. But Don is going to get right on top of Jack Lee. Do they get the flick? Yes, they do. He quickly pops the time journey, and this is going to be huge. If Evos can continue and force this fight, they might be able to take Lord with no contestation.
Yeah, no, they're definitely doing it right now. They're looking for a little bit more of that sort of a push, and they're heading back and forth the Lord Pit, as we know that the Shell has already been across that corner, while Uranus is all the way up front, just proxying that wave as we speak of it. But look at the damage being dealt there by members of the Evil Legends as they are trying to actually take this Lord down, and if they do, this might be able to actually seal the game for themselves. The game is actually causing disruptions. Oh, Renazmi, does he have enough time? He does have the baited wave, and one is all by himself. Here comes Rexy as well.
Okay, they gotta secure this. They want the Zaman Force. Juan, can he do it? Yes, he does. He heals quite a bit here, but they're on the run. The rest of the team are trying to pull back. Resby, he's trying his hardest to catch anybody, but the flicker is just a little too good there. They take the buff, and now Lord, finally, Evos has secured Lord without losing any of their members.
Yeah, and they also get one kill in the process as well, so that's great news. But can Genflix actually defend this one, though? I mean, we've already seen a lot of defenses coming from the side of Evos Legends, and they've been losing quite a number of fights. And I'm not really certain about
what can actually happen with this Lord pushing it towards mid.
Yeah, this has been a sweaty fight between both of these teams. Who would have thought that Genflix was able to hold out against a top tier team like Evos Legends? And you know, they're proving the haters wrong. So sit down, Genflix haters.
Oh yeah, a couple of all these time bombs being set up over in the mid side. Not that it actually does all too much, but of course, airstrike will come right into play, ramming into towards the mid. There we go.
Looks like they didn't force the fight there. They dropped the Diamond Force, but you can definitely see the hesitation for the rest of the members, especially because they've already gotten chunked out a little bit by that feathered airstrike. It's really scary. Just the amount of damage is really wrecked. Going into the back line. It's forcing out the Forza. This might be it. Evos Legends are going to go in onto Kiddo, using that wild charge to try and get out of the Diamond Force. Coming in from Juan here. They do pop the Immortality. Resby is going to try and get the way of the Dragon. He doesn't get it. He survives. What? The Shippo shield was enough to keep him alive as they slowly pull forward. And now Clay, he has to pull back. He keeps doing the same thing over and over. But the sustain coming in from Evos Legends is just ridiculous.
I'm telling you, Luminary is just keeping every one of them alive. And what can you even do? There's just layers after layers, and you have Immortality up as well. There's no point fighting them at all. Kiddo getting stuck in towards a pretty dire situation. He's forcing his out to run.
Can he actually make it out? Yes, they do survive, and now Luminaire is like, all right, I'll heal you up, boy. Just relax. Let's calm down. Look at that heal. He's just got 20% of his health back.
What? That's just one heal.
He's full. He's going to be full in one more.
This is broken, my friend. I mean, Luminaire, he deserves to be the MVP. Like, he pulled this team back to shape, and, like, now it doesn't matter what kind of damage that Genflix can do, but now...
to see who's going to take this one out for themselves.
Okay.
Rainbow already up online, and of course, Kiddo all the way up to the front line as well. We have to be backing up. They have to sacrifice Kiddo for this, and that's going to be a 5 versus 4 scenario for the rest of Evos Legends to actually get that upper hand on their side.
Oh, this is not going to be good for Aerowolf here. Jackley is going to get, he doesn't actually get as chunked out as I thought he was going to, but luckily, you know, with the help of Clay, quickly popping up that feathered airstrike, the sentry mode, the hunter mode, just to make sure that, you know, his team is safe.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a big factor that they need to take into consideration every single time. And 30 more seconds for another Lord, but I don't think they need it.
Oh my god!
Oh, the flip and a killing spree. We're looking at Walker just slicing everybody off, and we're looking for Zeki. That's a big double kill for the side of Evos, and man, they flipped the switch.
Oh my god! Did nobody wait? Can we please get a replay of Bajan doing that one more time? He's been caught out so many times this game, but now he has his redemption on. Rizazbi is going to be the next one to bottom. Kiddo needs to clear that wave. Clay, you got to clear that wave, my friend.
Oh, now all these members are still alive. Look at Bajan. He's getting killed all the way back up. The last tower will fall, and Rex is just showing him what he's got. And Evos comes back, bouncing in, takes the first point of the series.
Oh my goodness. What just happened at the very end? You can already see the boys